Hey, welcome to A Moment to Move. My name is Garen and today we're going to be doing a body weight strength workout. So we're going to work our straight arm strength, our bent arm strength, core strength, get some endurance building in them shoulders, and we're going to test the balance as well. So we're going to start with a nice little warm up to get into our hip flexors, open up the back and shoulders, and let's waste no more time. So when you're ready, meet me in a tabletop position. We're going to start on hands and knees, shoulders stacked over the hands, hips stacked over the knees, and we're going to inhale, sink the chest down into our cow pose, and we're just going to start moving the wrists and the shoulders over the hands just to open up and stretch out the wrists. We're going to try and synchronize to our breath and get ourselves moving. So from here, we're going to start doming the upper back, push into the hands, and then roll over onto the tops of the toes, pushing in and stretching out the feet, sink the hips up to the sky, nice and high, and then we're going to step that right foot outside the right hand. You can place the left knee down, and we're just going to take 2-3 circles in that right hip, and then we're going to step that left foot outside the left hand, coming up into an active squat. So just halfway, push the hips back and extend the arms forward, so stretching out through the hip flexors here, sinking the hips back and push and push. Place the hands down, step the left foot back, right foot back, coming into a nice plank pose, spin the eyes of the elbows forward, and slowly lower down onto our bellies. I'm going to bring the hands behind us, clasping the hands together, push into the floor with your feet, squeeze the glutes, and then pull the hands towards your feet, stretching out through the front of the shoulder blades. And lower back down on your inhale, push back into the ground, coming into your tabletop position. And again, we're going to inhale, sink the chest down, and take a few circles in the wrists. Start pushing into the ground, coming back into that cat pose. Push into the ground, coming into a power down dog. Hips up to the sky on your inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And as we inhale, we're going to step that left foot outside the left hand. And we're going to take 1, 2, 3 circles. Step that right foot outside the right hand, coming back into that active squat. Extending through the hands, along the torso, and then inhale, place the hands down to the ground, step the right foot back, left foot back into that plank pose, and then just slowly lower down. Clasp the hands behind your back, extend through the torso, pull the shoulder blades together, and then lower back down on your exhale. Push back in to your tabletop position, doming the upper back in cow pose. And we'll go for one more on each side, a little bit quicker this time, a bit more with the breath. So inhale, take a few circles. Exhale, push back. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink the hips up to the sky, and then step that right foot outside the right hand. That knee can come down. You're just going to shift forward, roll back, and then shift forward, stepping that left foot outside the left hand. Active squat, nice inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step the left foot back, right foot back on the plank. Exhale all the way down to the ground. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower down. Hands to the ground, push back, dome in the upper back, cow pose. Sinking the chest down on your inhale, cat pose, cow pose. Take a few rotations. Start doming the upper back into cat. Push into the toes, stretching out the tops of the feet. Inhale, hips to the sky. Exhale, left hand, left foot outside left hand, shift forward, pull back, and as you come forward, right foot outside right hand, coming into that active squat position. So we're getting into all the parts of the body that we're going to be utilizing the most of today in this strength building workout. Right foot back, left foot back, lower down to the ground, clasp the hands, inhale, stretch out, exhale, lower back down, place the hands to the ground, push into that tabletop position, and from here we're just going to shake out the shoulders a little bit because we're going to start utilizing them quite good. It's a nice little functional warm up here, but not here to hear me talk, so let's get on with this strength building workout. So we're going to start with our hands on the ground, push the hips up to the sky, and we're going to place our elbows down on the ground, coming into dolphin, and then we're going to walk the feet back, coming into a forearm plank. So squeeze the navel to the spine, pushing into the ground with the shoulders. So we're really working on our core here. Don't let the shoulders collapse. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet in, stacking the shoulders over the elbows. We're going to gaze forward. We're going to shift forward into a low plank position, squeeze the elbows into the midline, bring that right knee, right tricep, left knee, left tricep, and then push back into that dolphin pose, and then walk the feet back. And that's our movement for now. This is our shoulder building, core strengthening part of the movement. So take a breath in your forearm plank, and as you exhale, walk the feet in, coming into dolphin pose. I find that if you have your elbows a little bit wider apart, it may just help create a little bit of room to come forward. So gaze forward, shift into that low plank position, core engaged, elbows to the side body, right tricep, left tricep, push back, dolphin pose, take a breath, and as you exhale, shift the hips back. Forearm plank, navel to the spine, take an inhale, exhale, and as you inhale, walk the feet in, gaze forward, shift into low plank, right tricep, left tricep, push back, dolphin, inhale, exhale, step back, forearm plank. There's 3, 2 more to go, navel to the spine, inhale, walk the feet forward, gaze forward, low plank, elbow, elbow, dolphin pose. Walk the feet back, forearm plank. And the last one, take an inhale, exhale, and as you inhale, walk the feet forward, stack over the shoulders, gaze forward, shift forward, low plank, push back into that dolphin pose, walk the feet out into your forearm plank, bring that navel to the spine, walk the feet in to dolphin one last time, and then you're going to push into the ground at the same time, bringing those elbows up, going back into that downward facing dog. So there's a lot of bent arm strength going there, a lot of shoulder stability work as well. And then you inhale, raise that right leg to the sky, and as you exhale, bring that knee forward, foot forward, step it between your hand, pivot the left foot down so you're on the outer edge of the left foot, have your right toes facing forward, and you're going to push into that right leg, coming into your warrior 2 stance. Extend through the torso, bring the shoulder blades onto the back, sink deep into that right knee. This is where you may need a block, or may not. We'll find out in a minute, because we're going to come up into a half moon pose. So try to keep the torso stacked over the hips, sink low into that hip, and make sure the knee's tracking the same way as the toes. You don't want your knee caving in. Extend through the torso, gaze forward, breathe slowly. And as you inhale, we're going to bend deeper into that right knee. We're going to shift the weight forward, and we're going to pop that back leg up, nice and slowly and controlled. Coming into your half moon pose, your hand can come to the floor, to the block, or you can have it elevated, completely your choice. Extend that left leg away and up as high as you can. And then from there, we're going to rotate the hip around behind you, bend into that front knee, and place that left knee to the outside of the right calf, and then pop back up, extend away, half moon. So we have 2 more of these to go. Keep your focus and your balance. Bend into that front knee, bring it behind you, touch that back knee outside of the right calf, bring it up and around, extend away from you. So we're working into that right glute, and then we come back around, touch the outside of the right calf, swing back around, half moon, bend into the front leg, and then slowly lower that left foot down behind you. Pop back up into your warrior two. Again, get that posture correct, so you don't want that knee collapsing. Extend through the arms on your inhale, and as you exhale, pivot the left toes around so you're on the left toes, face the torso forward, and then we're just slowly going to lower that knee down to the ground until it touches for your low crescent, and then we're just going to shift the hips back and stretch out that right calf. You may want to bring the hands to the outside edge of the right leg, or over to the left hand side, and just stretch out that right glute. And on your inhale, we're going to shift forward, coming back up into that low crescent stance. We're going to place our left hand inside our right leg. We're going to pivot to the outside of the left foot, and then we're going to swing that right foot around to stack on top, coming into side plank. Extend through the torso, push into the ground with the left hand, eye the elbow spinning forward, and we're going to reach that right hand underneath you as far as you can, and then push back up. So there's 1, 2, keep pushing into the ground, don't collapse. 3, 4, last one. 5. From there, we'll pivot the torso to face forward and down, coming back into our plank pose. I like to have my legs a little bit wider apart, helps me create stability. And from there, we're going to continue working that straight arm strength with shoulder taps. So you want to bring your left hand, right shoulder, right hand, left shoulder. And we're going to go for 10 on each side. There's 3. Don't let the body sway around too much. Keep bringing that navel to spine, but you want to try to create a neutral pelvis as such. 9, 10. It's always going to sway, but you just don't want it to sway too much. And then push back into your downward facing dog. And from there, we're going to sink that left leg up to the sky, push that right heel down, bring that knee into the chest, shift forward, place that left foot in between the hands, pivot to the outside edge of the right foot, and we're coming up into our warrior two once again. So extend the arms away from you, torso stacked, left knee tracking over the left big toe and the toe next to it, pushing down into the outside edge of the right foot so the inside edge of your feet is elevated just slightly, so you've got that arc. You might want to sink a little bit lower, take a few little pulses into that hip. And this is why we did the active squat this morning, the earlier on, just so we can get into that hip flexor a little bit more. From here, we're going to gaze forward. I like to send my arm the direction I'm going, bend a little bit deeper into that left leg, and then start to float that back leg up. And again, I have that block if I need it. I have the floor if I need it for balance. And I'm going to try to challenge mine a little bit more today, so I'm going to keep my hands off them as much as I can. Right leg up to the sky, as high as you can. And we're going to bring that right knee outside the left calf, and you're going to bend that left knee at the same time and pop back up. So there's 1, 2, extend away from you, and 3, last one. So the calf is also being worked here, and hopefully the outside of that left glute. Extend the right leg away, start bending into that front knee, and slowly place that right foot down to the ground, rising up into your warrior two position. Extend through the arms. Take a nice deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to pivot onto the back foot, onto the toes of the right knee. So the torso is now facing in front of you, and we're going to slowly lower that right knee down to the ground. And then from here, we're now in crescent position. Shift the hips back and stretch out through that left leg. Again, Arms can come over to the left this time, so coming over that left leg, and you may even want to bring them to the other side and stretch out this part of the side body. From there, we're going to pop back up into our crescent position and place the right hand inside the left foot, pivot onto the right outside of the right foot, push into the ground, get that connection with the floor and the right hand, and then again push them hips up to the sky, stack that left leg on top of the right, push the hips up, and then we're going to reach underneath that right hand for side plank reaches. This is 1, 2, keep pushing into the ground, keep the eye of the elbow spinning forward to the best of your ability. 4, last one. 5. Place the left hand down to meet your right, and we're going to take another 10 per side of those shoulder taps, this time starting with the right hand. And again, create your plank position and where your feet need to be. Mine are a little bit further apart. Squeeze the glutes, tone the legs, and we start with 1, 2, 3, keep breathing and moving, 4, and try to keep that pelvis neutral, 6, 7, 8, 9, the last one, 10, and we'll place our knees down to the ground. And there we have it, a nice strong body weight workout, and I hope you found it challenging. So we worked some shoulder strength here today in the dolphin positions, coming into our low plank, and we kept the bent arm position locked into the side body and brought those knees up into the elbows to create some good bent arm strength, and then pushing ourselves back to dolphin. We've got a nice straight arm workout going with the shoulder taps and the side plank reaches. Work the side core as well and the core with the forearm planks. So it was a nice all-encompassing workout, but no time for that. We're going to start stretching. So take your seat, and we're just going to place the left hand down to the left hand side, and we're going to stretch that right arm up overhead. As I said, we worked the side body today, so we're just stretching that out just a little bit. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, fold over to the other side. You don't have to bend into that right arm. You can keep it nice and straight, pushing into the ground. We're just trying to strengthen that left side body. Inhale, come back. And again, we're going to take that clasp like we did at the beginning of the hand. So place the hands behind your back, clasp the hands together, and then gently pull the shoulders away from you. Pull them onto the back and then bring them away. So we're stretching out through the front of the chest, stretching out through the shoulders. You want to try to touch the ground, metaphorically speaking. That's what we're trying to do. You don't have to touch the ground, of course. I'm not. I'm sitting on the block, so I'm elevated. And then from here, I come back to neutral, and we're just going to fold over our legs here and open up and get a little bit of release to the hips. So just gently fold forward, and if you like, you again have the option of taking a nice side body stretch here by bringing your right hand on top of your left, and then switch over to the other side, and then stack your left hand on top of your right. Come back to neutral, sit up, and we'll simply switch across the legs, and we'll take that forward fold once again. We'll bring left hand on top of the right, and then over to the other side. And back to center. And now this time we're all done. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's fun, it's strenuous. I've actually had to record it twice. The first one didn't record. So to do this class twice was quite challenging, but I hope you enjoyed it either which way. And yeah, thanks for joining me here at A Moment to Move. And if you have any feedback, any questions or anything you'd like to know, please reach out to me in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from everyone. And yeah, thanks for joining me once again. And I'm sure I'll catch you on the next one.